Hi, I'm Paul. I'm here to tell you today that I'm going to cancel my GoFundMe project. I thought it was a good idea at first. However, I learned over time that it's a waste of time. They have so much software that you need to play around with, and they require you, they encourage you to join Facebook, link, Twitter. No, I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want Facebook. It's just a data collecting platform. You know, they just learn about everybody's personal life, and if you ever notice, whenever something happens, it's always on Facebook first. The police go to Facebook and they find out, oh, this person's so. So they always do profile. That's what Facebook is all about, is profiling. And so is GoFundMe fund program is also profiling. So I think I'm just going to get on that thing, cancel it. It was a good idea at first. People benefited from it until the crooks came in with all their schemes and fraud. And nobody today really wants to give. They don't trust you. One of the big reasons, they just don't trust you. They don't trust anybody. I know a guy over there in Cambodia. He talks about the news every day, and afterwards he pleads for help. He doesn't get anything. Very little help. And he's got a wife and a child. Lucky for me, I got cancer, but I'm still up, still rolling. I'll do it until the point where it's just too painful to do it, and then I will euthanize myself. That's what I call self-euthanasia. Well, other people call it self-suicide. But it is an assisted suicide, which should be available for everybody. Assisted suicide. That's a lovely thing. Let the doctor prescribe you the pill, phenobarbital. Take that, lie down, go to sleep, have a nice dream, go in a coma, and the heart drops, and I don't know where we go after that. I don't know. Everybody has theories about that. Maybe we're just energy. We just disperse into the cosmic consciousness. Come back again in a different form. I really don't know. Maybe just nothing. I've done a lot of things in life. I've been around the world teaching the AFL. Because back in those days, it was a profitable business. Back in the 90s, you could make a lot of money. But today, when you're old, you're 54, they don't even want to hire me. So I could open up my own school and try to get my own students. And I had cancer. So I lost, I had to close down the school temporarily, for about a year. Because I was just too tired to teach. And I couldn't teach. And I was in and out of the hospital every day. Almost every day. And it became every week. The Velcade, the Bellarmine, dextromethasone, all of it. Then the morphine, tons of morphine, a lot of morphine, too much morphine. I became addicted. It was a fucking horrible mess. That was a mess. I was addicted for about a year, and I decided to quit 2.5 weeks ago. Cold turkey. Oh man, was that difficult. I had no energy to get out of bed. And then I was irritable and grouchy, and morphine is not the way to go. Oxycodone, all that junk is trash. Don't do it. It really screws your life up. Lucky for me, I just quit it. But that's not to say that if this cancer goes into relapse again, well, all bets are off. I take my own life, because I'm living out here in Taiwan, and there's no right to life. There's no right to die. There's no assisted suicide. They do have a kind of assisted suicide, but it's called slow euthanasia, usually by morphine. They keep giving it patients during the last 6 months of their life, just flooding them with morphine until they go into a coma, and eventually the heart goes down and down, and foot stops, and then they just body into an ambulance. They take the body home and they undress it, redress it, put it in the refrigerator out, and they display it outside for people to come and do the bye-bye. And then after that, they burn the body. Well, we all die sooner or later. But I think the best part of human life is between the ages of 12, just entering puberty, to 30. After that, it starts going downhill. It just, a lot of people get married, have a couple kids maybe, but it's very difficult in the United States nowadays to have a kid, especially if you come from a poor family that doesn't even have any property or house. Look at Donald Trump, for instance, big billionaire. How did he become a billionaire? Well, his father lent him $1 million. Give me $1 million. Yeah, I'd invest in slums and make condominiums out of them and sell them for 5 times what, I put into it. Well, that's what Trump did. And he just gradually did that over and over and over. He bought more property around, and actually around the world. But but one thing people ought to know about Trump is he had a $1 million start. Nobody gets none of us get a $1 million start. A lot of us don't get anything. So it's very hard to get off the ground. Once you're on the ground, and if you don't have that kind of money to start off, you'll never make it. Some of these people hit the lottery. They get a lot of money. What do they do with it? They blow it all off. And they become broke a few years later. Some are smart, maybe invest it. That's the only thing that made Donald Trump Trump, was his father's $1 million loan to him. And he was able to buy slums and convert them into condominiums, into office towers, and eventually big buildings. He actually filed for a what do they call that? Chapter 11. Yeah, Donald Trump did. Yeah, he was broke. I guess when you file for Chapter 11, it pretty much protects all your assets, so you don't lose it all. So if it weren't for that, Donald Trump wouldn't be a billionaire today. I don't think so. Anyway, I'm going off track here. I'm going on a tangent. Basically, I'm just saying the GoFundMe fund is it's not a workable thing anymore, because it's not trusted. Unless you're a beautiful Playboy girl, something like that. I don't really know what the intentions are, how some of these people get money, but I can see now that it's just a waste of time. They don't believe my story, maybe. Maybe they think I'm scamming. I don't really know. I don't really give a fuck. But no. Nope. It's just a waste of time, and don't put your faith in it. It's just a waste. You gotta work, and that's what I'm gonna do is keep working and saving and storing up on the you know what, for the exit plan. I'd love to get my hands on some phenobarbital. But the governments around the world make sure, oh, they take away that from us. Oh no, we're not allowed to have that unless you get a prescription in the United States, like in Oregon, Washington, California, and Vermont, and I don't know where else. In Belgium, the Netherlands, and Switzerland, they got a lot of right to die, assisted suicide by doctor, euthanasia. That's something that should be every country in the world should have. Every country should allow the medical profession to exercise that right and get off this Hippocratic oath that they make. I don't really care much about what Hippocrates did or what he didn't do. A Hippocratic oath. Oh, I must save human no matter what, even if they're in the bed dying. Oh, they're going to stay alive to the very last minute. No. It's not the way. That's not mercy. That's not compassion. That's not empathy. There's none of those qualities. It's just pure selfishness on the medical establishment. To keep that bed full, keep the money coming in from the insurance, keep the doctors paid. That's all it's about. Keep big pharmaceutical companies pumping in tons of drugs into you. No. Not for me. When I'm ready to die, I'm going to die and nobody's going to stop me. So, goodbye, y'all.